The way for the last 2 years, Rigiji has earned the trust of the people of Kenya. That if you give him information, he uses it for the public good. And people of this country have also come to accept that Rigiji is a truthful man. He's an honest man. And he's such a patriot, he means well for this country. Number two, that Rigiji is fearless. If you give him information, it doesn't matter how sensitive it is. He's one man who does not fear William Ruto. Many men my age and below, I have seen them tremble at the very sight of William Ruto. I used to sit with him in cabinet, and men and women were trembling. You know, they are shaking They are shaking like a leaf. You know, at the very sight of the man, even before he has opened his mouth. Grown-up men and women, trembling like a leaf, like Napier grass during a winter season. And the man has not even said anything, just entering the meeting. When he speaks and says, "What are you saying?" everybody would coil. And that's how we have lost our country, Professor. That's how we have lost our country. One man show, and know it all, who cannot be advised by anybody, who cannot be asked any question by anybody. And that is why he had to get rid of me, because I was asking him questions. I was telling him, no, this is not right. Let's not go that direction. The people of Kenya are opposed to it. For example, Finance Bill 2024. I told him in the cabinet, Mr. President, the people of Kenya will not accept these measures. They are too harsh. They will not accept it. It will leave us with an egg on the face. My colleagues were trembling, wondering how dare Rigiji confront the president. And that is when I became very vocal within government. He couldn't take it because he doesn't want anybody to give a divergent opinion. He doesn't want any contribution. He doesn't want any opinion, any idea. He wants everything he says, it must be done, even if it's against the national interest. So my cabinet colleagues would talk very freely in the cabinet committees that I chaired. They would express themselves. But when the guys and we agree when we go to the main cabinet, they'll back me up to reject some of these things. But when we reach there, oh, the men are trembling. They are so scared. We don't have a cabinet, I must tell you. It's a one-man show. You don't need a cabinet in Kenya as long as William Ruto is president. He advises himself. He decides what will happen. He implements everything. And he does all the wrong things because, I must tell you, he doesn't have time to run the country. The man is a serious business person. He's too busy making money. He's too busy making deals. He doesn't have time to run the country. Yet then he doesn't want anybody to assist him. He can't take no for an answer. He cannot take a divergent opinion. And that is how in 4 years, this country has sunk into a hole. That is the situation. So what has happened, Professor? Kenyans of goodwill trust Rigiji, that he means well for this country. And they give you information. He's a patriot. And when you give him information, he only uses it for the public good. You know, many people are given information, and then they use it to extort money. Yes. They use it to blackmail people. Yes. But Rigiji, you tell him something. Like now we had a problem. There is British soldiers who train in Nyanyuki. Yeah, Batuk. Yeah. They are called Johnnies. They have been around. Nyanyuki is not far from here. Yes. And that town is vibrant commercially because of the activities of the British soldiers. They come with a serious budget. They have employed more than 500 people, civilians, who support the activities. They have spurred the economy of Nyanyuki in terms of hospitality, in terms of transport, in terms of supplies. Yeah. So these people of William Ruto, many people around him, have decided, rightly so, that Ruto is one term. And time is going. And they have decided to make hay when the sun shines. In fact, they are using a balance that is injury time. I think it's a balance used in football. Yeah, when you have just a few minutes remaining and the whistle can blow anytime. So these guys around the president, they have decided that it's injury time. And they must make as much as they could. To an extent now that they are demanding bribes from foreigners. So these contracts between the British and Kenya government had lapsed and required renewal. The Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations, chaired by Delson Koech, a very close ally of William Ruto. Between him and William Ruto, I'm told, they demanded 3 billion shillings from the British. And the British cannot understand why they should give a bribe. It's against their ethics and culture. They say no. So, and the Kenya government said, you go to hell. So they decided to relocate to Tanzania. But the British like here because, one, they like training with our soldiers. Again, the weather around Nyanyuki near the equator is very good.
Yes.
Again, the people of Kenya are very hospitable. They have been very happy to be here in Kenya.
Yes.
So I think they ask around, how do we bring this matter to public attention? And then they were advised. The only men who can get this information and use it for public good, who will not use it to extort money or to blackmail anybody. If you give him this information, it will be in public knowledge within a short time. And sure as December 25 is Christmas, they look for me on Saturday evening around 4. I was in Meru. People sent some emissaries and we advised them how to come without getting known. And the matter was brought to my attention. Then, using my language and the power of communication, I packaged the message and gave it to the people of Kenya. William Ruto, I'm told, was mad. How did this guy know this matter? This matter has embarrassed us. Forget about that bribe. Renew the contract. The contract has been renewed. But I'm told the soldiers had already left for Tanzania. So it's a bit of work now because they had already signed a new agreement with Tanzania. But Kenya has already signed the contract. Nelson Koech was dispatched by William Ruto to go to all media stations to try to explain why they are not signed it. Then you wonder what happened between Sunday when I talked and Monday. All these concerns he was saying, were they addressed overnight? Which tells you, Rigathi was spot on. And I want to thank the informants. They gave me good information. And I've asked civil servants, I've asked police, I've asked National Intelligence Service, I've asked people working in prosecutors to preserve my credibility because it's good for this country. I must remain credible.
By getting the...
I've asked people not to give me fitina. To give me
credible
information that is verifiable so that I retain my relevance and people can continue believing in me. So I'm also very careful. I also have a lot of information and I sometimes don't rush into it. I do a lot of cross-checking because the day I will mislead the people of Kenya, I will lose my credibility. And then there will be nobody to intervene for the people of Kenya.
But you talk about information as if it is just information. When you look at this one of the British thing, well, but look at the one of yesterday. Getting that kind of information, that's not just ordinary information.
No, it is not, but Rigathi is...
That's very serious information.
It
can only come from the highest level.
It came from his office, right inside.
That's what I'm saying.
Right
is that
inside,
not worrying?
Right inside State House.
Is that not worrying?
Right inside State House. People are very dissatisfied. For the record, officers of the Presidential Escort Unit have not been paid their allowances for the last 4 months. And that is dangerous for the president and the country. You cannot afford people guarding the president of the country when they are lamenting like other Kenyans. You know, when they are dissatisfied. There is a lot of dissatisfaction around the president. Officers who guard him are complaining. In fact, some were telling me, when you are deputy president, you used to intervene for us. We used to get our allowances on time. People who work in the president's presidential delivery service, they are complaining. They have no vehicles. They have no allowances.
But why? Why? And the office was given extra location.
The president is too busy to know what goes on. And he's not busy working for the country. He's busy working for himself. Again, of course, understandably so, the president has panicked. Information given to him by the National Security Council is that unless he performs a miracle, indications are he will be one term. That has been given to him. He has done polls, scientific opinion polls with reputable international firms, and he is 17–18%. And as a sitting president, it cannot get better, it can only get worse. So we have a president who has panicked, who is fearful of being removed as president in one term, and therefore he is making very irrational decisions. And again, he is being held hostage by all manner of characters who purport that they can help him. And because he's desperate, he allows people to do crazy things. Like now, what happened when I was attacked at Witima ACK Church in January. A member of parliament from this area and his wife had wanted me assassinated, thinking that if I am killed, William Ruto's problem in the mountain would be over. The problem would have multiplied 100 times if I was assassinated. But he has lost control. In Ol Kalau, he ordered that woman from Ranga to leave Ol Kalau. She refused. And there is nothing he can do. He is held hostage by a few members of parliament, a few cabinet secretaries who control the security sector, the fake deputy president. They hold him hostage. The man doesn't know what to do. In fact, I'm told this thing of yesterday, the Vision 2016, he was not for it. So when it backfired, he was up in arms. So he is a man who is desperate for a second term, is a man who has lost control. Nothing is working in the country. He is also too busy looking for money to sustain his campaign, to an extent that the country is gliding to a halt. You know, that is the situation we are in.
You have said something about opinion polls from inside, from intelligence and so forth. And indications you say are that he's losing. And for that reason, he has panicked. I just want to pick your mind on this issue of losing elections. What is your view, or what in your view should one do? Here you are a president seeking a second term, and it looks like you will not make it. What would Rigiji do?
Nothing. You know, it has happened in Botswana.
Yeah,
it has happened in Malawi, in Ghana. This one-time thing now is a real thing in Africa.
What would Rigiji do if your boys on the ground tell you, I'm there, here to Wezi?
Ordinarily, if William Ruto was a good man, he would give up and just let it go.
What would Rigiji do?
If I was in his position, of course, I would never be in such a position.
Yeah.
If you give me the presidency, I will not lose it.
Yes.
You know, I was asking William Ruto before we parted, I asked him, Mr. President, doesn't it bother you that 2 years after being elected, you are the darling of the Kenyan people? People loved you, they believed in you, they are all shouting, you must go home. Doesn't it bother you? You say, no, elections are far away, my friend. You know, you don't have to do what is popular, you do what is right. I asked him, if the majority of the people who gave you the job, your employers are saying what you are doing is not right, how would you insist it is right? I asked him that question. And you both are that you are losing popularity every day. Because we started losing popularity when I was with him.
Yes.
After 1 year, because one of lies, you know, cheating people. You go and commission a road that has no budget. And you know, before you reach Nairobi, the excavators and the lorries have followed you to Nairobi. And people started getting very irritated. And I told him, boss, we are losing it. We are promising too much that is not doable.
Was that a strategy?
Yeah, I say, according to him, it was a good strategy. But I advised him, because it was my job, a constitutional duty to advise him, that we are losing it. Then we went to taxation, the housing levy, the finance bill, and I sat him down several times. I was a very good deputy, I must tell you. Very obedient, who cared for his boss, for the government, and for the country. And I sat him down, I said, boss, there is too much grumbling, and there is too much dissatisfaction, and it's becoming agitation, and it's not good for us, for the country.
Yes.
Let's sit down and look back and see, where did the rain begin to beat us? Please, let us call ourselves a small meeting and find out how we started losing. He couldn't listen. So when I insisted so much that we must listen to Kenyans, that we must agree to listen to them and take action on what they are saying, he became very, very agitated with me. And he started hating me. And he stopped talking to me. He stopped listening to me. By the time we were getting to the Gen Z protests, we were not on talking terms. Because I was telling him, boss, we are losing it. So when a decision was made to abduct these young people and kill them, I told him, no, I oppose that decision. I was the only one in the meeting in the National Security Council. Everybody else could not talk, they fear. I was the only man bold enough to say, no, I am a parent, I am a father, I am a Christian, I also know the Constitution. These young people, the Gen Zs, have a point. Let's listen to them. I don't think abducting them and killing them will solve any problem, it will make it worse. And of course, he couldn't take it. You remember after the 25th June protests 2024 when the young kids stormed Parliament. And he issued a press conference at 9. He called them all manner of names. Yeah. He said they are treasoners, they are criminals, they'll be hunted down on up and down. The following day, again, it's all known protocols. At the risk of looking insubordinating, yes, I called a press conference and said, I don't agree with the president. These are not criminals, these are our sons and daughters. And I think they have a point they need to be listened to. By that time, our relationship had deteriorated.
Why didn't you resign?
Why should I? He had not given me the job. I was given by the people of Kenya. You see, if I was a vice president who is appointed and you disagree with your boss.
Maybe he's messing the job. And
no. But he's not the one. He did not give me the job. I was given the job by the people of Kenya. Okay. The people of Kenya didn't have a problem with me. They wanted somebody who can speak for them. And I think the framers of the 2010 Constitution were right. Mm-hmm. You needed a deputy president who is elected, who can offer some oversight within government.
And protected by the law.
And protected by the law. And he could not take advice.
How long do you think it would have taken him to sack you if it had been under the old constitution?
No, he would have sacked me from the first day. He
didn't just helping him to win. And
he was just using me to win. He's a user.
You would not have finished a year?
No, I don't think so. He had a problem with me from day one. Because one, he hates the truth.
Yes.
Number two, he doesn't want anybody around him who has an opinion. He doesn't want anybody around him who thinks. He wants robots and data heads, people who just say yes, sir, and who cannot ask any question, who cannot give any contribution.
Yes.
He was happy for me to help him to become president. But he wanted a Rigathi Gachagua who is running mate for the purposes of getting elected.
Elections.
But he didn't want a Rigathi Gachagua who is a deputy president. He wanted a Kithure Kindiki who is a deputy president. A Rigathi Gachagua who is running mate. You remember, Kithure Kindiki wanted to be running mate.
Yes,
and he said no.
Yes.
He knew the guy could not deliver the votes.
Yes.
So he needed a Rigathi Gachagua.
But then when he will want
he decided let me have what I wanted from day one.
A deputy president.
A Kithure Kindiki who is a deputy president.
Yes.
A guy who would never say no. A guy who will say yes, sir. A guy who will not question anything. Yes. A guy who is not people oriented. A guy who doesn't care for the people of Kenya. He's just looking after his own job and his own stomach and pleasing his boss. I was made from very different metal. And, looking in hindsight, I don't think I should have really taken that job as a running mate.
Well, looking back,
I think I didn't understand this guy well. I only understood him when he got power. I think he was too good an actor before he got power. He was a very good pretender.
Do you think Nani is surviving?
Who?
Before we come around to finishing this issue, people are really asking me to ask you.
Who?
Kindiki, will he survive?
He'll survive, but he'll be a very unhappy man because Ruto is through with him. A running
will
mate.
He be
a running
kept to 2027?
He cannot impeach him because it will resonate very badly with him. He will look to be a very terrible person.
Not impeaching, I'm saying in terms of will he be his running mate next year?
I don't think so. A running mate, Professor.
Yes.
Let's be very practical about politics.
Yes.
You pick a running mate to help you mobilize votes.
Now, and
that's why he picked me. He needed the mountain vote. He needed a guy who is a serious mobilizer.
And that was you.
Who is believable, who can persuade people to vote in a certain direction. That's how he picked me.
Kindiki.
When I look at this mountain,
yes,
this mountain is through with William Ruto. Completely. He cannot get 2%.
So are you saying even if you were to remove Kindiki as running mate for next session, whatever, next election, and he will antagonize the mountain to the point.
No, the mountain is already antagonized.
Whatever little he was going to get will disappear.
The mountain is already antagonized.
Are you telling me he cannot pick, say, Anwar Iguru, the gender cast?
Let me tell you, Professor.
Or pick, I've heard people like, you have mentioned people like GK.
Let me tell you, Professor.
MP Fondia, who look smart guys, can persuade the people of the mountain.
Let me tell you,
it's called karaoke.
I'm an expert in this mountain.
So there's karaoke, there's Anwar Iguru, there's Mwangi Kiwinjuri. Are you saying these people cannot help
Let me tell you, Professor.
Yes.
I know this mountain. I was able to help William Ruto to become president because I understand this mountain. And I guided him and he was listening.
And immediately after winning,
after he won, he became
winning,
something.
you told me.
Yes, I was listening, and I guided him. I will tell him, let none